Hi, I'm Vista. Today we're discussing educational challenge in Indonesia. Let's begin. Educational challenge in Indonesia. One-third of Indonesian population are children, around 85 million, the fourth largest of any country in the world. Education provides humankind with information, knowledge, skill, and ethics to know, understand, and respect our duties towards society, families, and nation, and helps us progress further. Education is a way of life where one can learn and share knowledge with others. Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine, that a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation, said former South African President Nelson Mandela. In Indonesia, like in most parts of the world, children must attend 12 years of compulsory education, which consists of primary grades 1 to 6, junior secondary grades 7 to 9, senior secondary grades 10 to 12, and higher education. Youth can choose between state-run, non-sectarian public schools provided by the Ministry of National Education Kemdiknas, or private or semi-private religious Islamic, Christian, Catholic, and Buddhist, school managed and financed by the Ministry of Religious Affairs. Over 2 years into the COVID-19 pandemic, students and educators in Indonesia and around the world are still grappling with a massive learning crisis. A June 2012 report by UNICEF, UNESCO, the World Bank, and others uncovers an estimate 70% of 10 years olds globally are unable to understand a simple written text, up from 57% before the pandemic. COVID-19 aftermath. Learning in Indonesia was already below curriculum expectation before the onset of COVID-19, with wide disparities by gender, region, disability, and other marginalization dimensions. Most students tested were performing to grade level below their current grades. For example, grade 5 students on average were reading at the grade 3 level. According to conducted research and survey in the field, one of the reasons was the absence of clear educational goals before the learning activities were carried out, which caused students and educators not to know what goals would be brought up, so that they do not have a clear picture in the educational process. In some areas of the country, there is evidence of an increase in the percentage of early grade students who cannot read. The fast school closure and job loss due to COVID-19 have worsened the situation. Underperformance is more acute for children in vulnerable situations, including children from low-income households, children with disabilities, and children living in underdeveloped parts of the country. which are most at risk of school exclusion. Even before the pandemic, child marriage was an issue in some poor areas. Evidence showed that child marriage have surged during the pandemic as low-income families are looking to reduce their economic burden. Child labor is no more likely to occur in the home or support the household livelihood, e.g., farming and fishing, as lockdown measures restrict employment opportunity. Indonesian children with disability face considerable challenges. Research has shown that the disability of both children and parents is affecting their learning and the likelihood of returning to school. Poor educational facility and infrastructure. Poor school facility and infrastructure quality are also part of Indonesian education challenge. 75% of Indonesian schools are in disaster risk areas. The nearly 800,000 square mile country is exposed to large earthquakes through tsunami, hail, volcanoes, landslides, and floods. Uneven access to the internet and discrepancy the teacher qualification and education quality appeared as the biggest challenge in implementing distance learning. Remote learning for young children and the diversity of the country digital access level cause further inequality for marginalized children. Low quality of teacher. One of the core causes of the poor quality of education in Indonesia is the low quality of teacher due to the teacher recruitment process, which does not focus on selecting professional education personnel but instead on meeting the demand of civil servants. Most teachers do not have adequate professionalism to carry out their duties as stated in Article 39 of Law Number 20 of 2003, namely planning lesson, implementing lesson, assessing learning outcomes, mentoring, conducting training, conducting research, and performing community service. As part of the civil servant recruitment process, the teacher recruitment process generally does not pass attention to the work skill recruit of the professional teacher. In a recent survey, teachers in the educational system will to the Teacher Competency Test (UKG), which measures competency in learning and understanding the subject taught, did not even meet the minimum score. The survey also shows that teachers who are educated below the standard set by the government are pretty high, namely 64.09% for junior high school, 61.5% for high school, and 10.14% for vocational school. The teaching profession requires complex work skill. Teachers must be able to teach effectively and have a commitment and motivation to educate their students. Meanwhile, teaching recruitment in the civil servant recruitment system generally prioritizes nationalism and general knowledge and not teaching competence. prospective teacher with the highest score on the essential competency selection will participate in a written section that examines their learning management skill and knowledge of the subject they teach. There is no way of knowing the competence of a professional teacher without a written general knowledge test. In general, the recruitment of teachers in the civil servant process cannot select in the best prospective teachers. The system prioritizes nationalism and general knowledge, not teaching. And education, the calling or passion is essential to becoming an educator since it is closely related to their love of the knowledge taught to students and their enthusiasm to explore students' potential. Being a good teacher is challenging if it is not your calling.